Whew. What's up, y'all? Hey, Theodore. Okay, coming from Hawaii. I'm gonna give y'all a little more, a few to come on in. Give the people a little more time. I can't stand this bitch. She get on my fucking nerve. Yes, so it's different today. I am on here on a Thursday instead of a Monday. Usually I be on Mondays, but this Monday I was a little occupied, so had to actually, switch up the day. And today actually I got somebody else coming on with me. Y'all may remember him from last year's live. I think we went live last year before we went to the club, etc., etc. So it's been a week in some days. I ain't seen y'all and talked to y'all since last week on Monday. So let me bring this down just a little bit. Uh, yes, I ain't seen and talked to y'all since last week Monday. Thanksgiving to pass. I know y'all have been greedy that ate all this food. Black Friday shopping, Cyber Monday shopping. I actually ain't participated in none of those events this year. I ain't do no Black Friday shopping and no Cyber Monday shopping, etc. I was actually chilling. I ain't spend no money. I ain't spend no money besides Thanksgiving. So that was all the money I spent. Right. You see me on live. Why would you text me? Idiot. But yes, so tonight is gonna be a little interesting. We gonna catch up and talk per usual, but also we gonna have Phil, which is the guest that's gonna be on here tonight. So we gonna get into some things on how he got to Atlanta, moved to Atlanta, how he got started, ups, downs, new clothing line, new show, et cetera, et cetera. He has some questions for me, so we'll see how this thing go and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring you on, Phil. You ready? Let me bring you on in real quick. What's up?
What's the deal?
What's going on?
Now I know you have your Kim Zodiac Bierman cut ready, right?
Look, bow. Look, toast to a good night.
Toast to a good night. And y'all,
Right,
this was
right.
not planned with the color scheme, okay? He was just looking through my window.
Right. So Phil was actually watching me. He had to came onto my side of town and
No.
actually seen that I was gonna be a red person. Well, everybody know my favorite color red. So
Well, that's my favorite color though.
yeah, my favorite color is red. Yes, we are we're color coordinated
But
tonight.
but but I think I knew I saw a ladder in my window.
No, you ain't see all that.
I knew I saw a ladder crawling up my window. It's okay. What are you sipping on?
Tonight, everybody know usually I drink Crown Apple, but tonight somebody said I got my red cup
They
too.
got the
Look,
cheers to you.
come on, look,
Toast. Come
cheers,
on, Red Cup
toast,
Crew.
red cup crew, right? Look, so tonight I'm on Jack and cranberry, so I'm on
Oh,
Jack and cran apple
yeah, I
tonight.
was
So I
just
had to
dark liquor.
switch it up. Let me tell you, I have to drink dark liquor now because it was a point in time where I just drunk straight vodka and straight white liquor and it made me act a fool. Do you hear me? Like that was the turn up side in my younger days.
Hmm.
But now I got a little older,
Mm-hmm.
and Brown used to make me Brown used to make me want to fight. But now Brown actually smooths me out and mellows me out. And let me tell you, I got toe up one birthday for I think it was my 21st birthday, and that's when I got introduced to Brown, and I was toe up. Do you hear me? I'm talking about I was tore up, and ever since then I've been drinking dark. So every now and then I may go back and hit a little, drink a little white. But let me tell you something. Dark is the way to go.
Yeah.
You don't have no headache the next morning. You don't be all sick and hung over. Dark is the way to go. And Jack actually is the best to me. And I see somebody just said, Gentleman's Jack, it's the smooth Jack names. Yes, so I actually just tried that. I want to say it may have been about a month ago. My in-laws out with my in-laws, and they bought a gentleman's jacket. It was a Sunday. We all fellowshipped on the Sunday, and they had gentleman's jacket, and it was actually good. I still prefer regular Jack. To me, it's the same, but you know how that go.
I don't know, as I'm still on edge about Brown because the last time I did Brown, I passed out, didn't even know what was going on, don't know what none of my stuff was. I had to ask questions and find out what happened the night before. And that always happens when I drink too much Brown. So I tend to leave that alone. Even if I am in my older age, I still can't do it. So I'll stick to what I know.
Yeah, cause you up there now. You a little up there.
All right. Keep it cute.
You but
Keep it
look,
cute.
I never knew oh my god, we're gonna get into this. But I never knew that you was that much older because I will say you don't look as old as you ain't real old, but you like a legend a little bit in the game. So you ain't old, but you ain't young. You
wait,
like,
wait, wait.
you
That's a
just
little
in the
shade
middle.
because a legend is like Aretha Franklin.
No, you like a legend guy. Once you pass 30 in our community,
Okay.
you're a
Okay.
legend.
I'll take
Once
okay,
you pass
I'll
30 in
take
our
that.
community,
I'll take that.
you're a legend.
I'll take
Yes.
that.
So I am at 1,020 and counting. Um, so y'all like, share, subscribe to
Yes,
the
please.
channel. Please do that. Yeah, so we moving on up in this world. We're moving on up in this world.
I'm very proud. Let me just say this: I'm very proud of you because I've seen where you've come from and what empire you tried to build, and um and the thing about it, this is what keeps me going, and this is what makes me happy about this community. I see a lot of people, even now, so more of ever since I moved to Atlanta, I see a lot of people around me that I know that are actually
Hmm.
making moves, like
Hmm.
real moves. Like they're setting goals and they're setting out to do something that they've been wanting to do, and
Right.
they're doing it. And that makes me so happy because a lot of people down us for being LGBTQ, and it's not
Correct.
fair because they don't treat us like everybody else. But at the end of the day, we're all more successful because we do have a harder life and we do have to live
Hmm.
up to certain standards. So I do appreciate seeing my young brothers in the community, especially moving up and making platforms for themselves. So I can tell
Yeah.
you off bat, I am proud of you and I congratulate you for that.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you, and vice versa. I have seen, I have seen you grow. Um, Definitely, I've seen you in your shady side. I've seen you in your business side. I've seen you in all type of things. So I actually, when I seen that you were on your upcoming show, I
Yeah.
said, "Oh shit, look at him! Oh, come on up," because I know from the radio show up. And by the way, I never got a chance to be on the radio show. You were supposed to invite me a couple of times.
There were reasons why that didn't happen, and we can actually talk about it,
Okay.
so that it doesn't seem like I was trying to shade you and not put you in. It's just it's so many politics, you
Mhm.
know, in this in industry when you're dealing with entertainment stuff, and when
Mhm.
you're not a person. And I get what they're saying in entertainment. They're like you don't get to control your own self. You're like a
Okay.
puppeteer. Like they're telling you what you need to do and
Mhm.
telling you how to do it and how to live and how to talk and what you should
Mhm.
say and what you cannot say. And it starts to become you feel like somebody's putting their hand in your back and kind of telling you what to do, and it
Mhm.
sucks. And then you make promises to people and you tell people what's going on, and then all of a sudden some things just change and politics come in, and that's where issues start getting thrown around.
Right, right. Because I did see, like you say, we'll get into it. I did see, just a change because it was like, okay, we're recording and being here at one point, and then it kind of was like, okay, well, the show is on hold. Then y'all, I think y'all was supposed to go somewhere else, but that never happened. And then it was just like, okay, well, no more radio show. And I was like, okay, I was looking forward to actually, coming on. And at that particular time in my life, I think I was on another platform. I was doing other things, so it was just like, oh my god. So it
I
it
think I
very.
think both of us were going down a path that
Hmm.
we didn't expect. And it was a downhill path. Like I
Hmm.
think we felt like we were elevating, and instead of elevating, some stuff kind of got in the mix, and
Right.
then it just started to go downhill, and we had to really figure out what was our next move.
Right. The hiccup of life.
The
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 hiccup,
hiccup of life.
the hiccup of life, that bump in the road. And it definitely have been some. We kind of fell off a little bit. In
We
the
did in
midst
the
of
midst
the
of that.
years.
Yep.
In the midst of the years. So it's just like, okay, I think the first time that I seen you again were the beginning of this year.
Where we
And
at? What we doing?
I want to say we were at a mutual friend's house. Um,
Okay, okay.
at a party.
Since we're here, we can break it down. So because we first of all, when we first met, we didn't know that we ran in the same circles like that,
Right, right, right,
because
right.
we ran in a huge same circle, with a lot of people that we didn't know that we both knew.
Hmm.
And so, y'all, I went to this house party, and it was supposed to be a black and gold, but I saw a lot of different stuff going on in there. A lot of different stuff going on in there. But
Hmm.
um, I turned to my right after finished playing around with my friends that I was there with, and I saw you because you were standing out in amongst the crowd that was over there in the foyer area.
I
And
was
I was
very
like,
shiny that night.
yeah, you were very shiny.
I was very much so
You were shining.
going with the theme. I
You
was going
were.
with I was going with the theme. Okay.
I wore black and white. Um,
Hmm.
and I think the only hint of gold was the little Gucci symbol on my belt. That was it.
Right, right, right.
But it was y'all. It was a black. Was it black, white, and gold, or was it
No,
black and
it
gold?
was a black and gold. It was a black
Okay,
and gold.
it was black and gold, and the mutual friends that we had were there, and it was his house party, and I mean the party was lit.
So look, I'm gonna stop you right there. I didn't know that group.
You didn't know my group, or you didn't know the group that invited to the
I didn't
party.
know the whole group in period. I only
Okay,
came there with two people I knew. Of course, I knew other people once I got there, but we didn't. All of us didn't become friends until after
okay,
that night.
got you.
So you kind of introduced me to them.
Yeah, so there was one common denominator in the whole crew that kind of got everybody together, because he
Hmm.
always had house parties. So of course,
Right.
we were always there at the house parties, and so we would go to the house parties, and you would be there. And I was one time when I went to the house, when I finally went to that one house party, I saw you there, and I was like, question mark? Like I didn't know that you.
It's him.
Yeah, I didn't know that y'all knew each other. So I was like,
Hmm.
that kind of threw me for a loop.
Right.
Nothing bad or nothing like that. It was just more so of like I was in shock. Like I walked in, you were there. I was like,
You never know who I know.
you never know.
Eh, Atlanta is so big, but it's so small.
It is, but
It
it
is.
depends on what crews and groups you run with.
Right.
And there's some horrible crews that you should not run with, and there's some people that you should still hang
That
around
you should
and be
definitely
around.
still hang around.
And it's
Right.
not that you have to talk to them every day. It's just that there's a lot of crews and cliques around here in Atlanta that are not really doing it like that, like they say they are. They
The
ain't
it
popping.
girl.
Right, the it girls that's not
Right.
popping.
Right.
And so I think from there, it just kind of made us more comfortable around each other, because we knew that if we run in the same circle, then obviously we
Bitch, we got to talk.
right.
Right. So we did start a friendship from there.
Hmm.
started friendship from there.
We did.
It did grow. It did. You came to a couple of. We actually been out a couple of times. You'd have been to my house. I'd have had things here. You actually came to, and then.
I know. So this is the part where we fall off.
Mhm.
I was in the radio at the time. In the radio station, I had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes
Mhm.
that I just was not telling anybody or talking to anybody about. I was going through a depression stage. Believe
Mhm.
it or not, like, so I was so depressed and such in a depression that I made myself sick. Sick enough to stay in the house. I did not come out of the house. I did not come out of my room. I locked myself in the room for days and weeks, and I took off the radio, I took off work, I took off everything. I just did not want to do
Mhm.
anything. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I would look at my phone, it would ring, it would go off for text messages. I wouldn't say anything to people. And I even like blacked out my windows. I didn't even want
Mhm.
sunlight coming in. That's how depressed I
Okay.
was. So I was in a big bad depression. It was just
So this is
horrible.
my first time hearing this, y'all. This
Yeah.
is my first. I'm live with y'all. This is my first time hearing it. Okay, and then we're gonna get into some. We're gonna get because we're gonna still get into. We got to hash this out real quick first. But then we're gonna get into how you started moving into Atlanta, et cetera, et cetera. And
Right.
then we'll go around what you're doing positive now. So
Right.
go ahead. So you blacked
So
out your windows.
I know me and you had discussed coming onto the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And then the radio the first radio station I was with basically shut our show down, just shut us down. Didn't really give us like a time frame, didn't give us any warning. It's just kind of like
It
first the
kind of
show
happened.
was, yeah, it just kind of happened.
Right.
I was trying to uphold the show still, even though it wasn't a show in my name and I wasn't the actually owner right of the show. But
Right.
I still showed up as the only host to try to keep the show lifted, but it just
Keep the
didn't work.
platform going.
Yeah, it just didn't
Right.
work. Um,
Okay.
and I think that's where depression came in at. Then we started a new radio station. That's where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring people in, bring everybody in over here because that radio station, we had I don't know if everybody knows Tony Terry. He's a legend. That's a legend. Tony
Mm-hmm.
Terry and uh I think we had Lily from SWV about to start a show there.
Mm-hmm.
Scrappy from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's mom had started a
Mm-hmm.
show. Karen. I mean, it was just so many. It was like I felt like so much was starting to happen. And then I
Mm-hmm.
remember me and you saw each other at a house party,
Mm-hmm.
and this was before though that house party. You texted me and you were genuinely checking on me, and I took offense to it because I felt
Right.
like you were throwing
Oh
shade at
my
me,
God.
but I didn't realize how much weight I lost during that depression stage because I was not eating.
Right. So pause right there. That's where I felt like as a friend. Okay. So I always been the person I'm gonna come to you. I'm not finna be talking about you. I ain't finna be going around. So
Right.
I came to you genuinely as a friend and sent you a text message like, hey friend, we ain't talked in a long time. What's going on? I have noticed X, Y, and Z, et cetera, et cetera. And you took offense to it. So that's why when I seen you at the house party for the first time, when you came in, I didn't speak to you. Because I'm like, whoa, like,
It
hold
felt weird
on.
though. It felt weird though because I walked in and me and you usually laugh and say something shady to each other
Right,
and hug and keep it moving. And we
right,
talked to each other throughout the night, but it felt so weird because when I walked in, I spoke to everybody, and me and you just looked at each other, rolled our eyes, and kept it moving.
right. Because I will say, I did feel some type of way because, like I said, as a friend, I'm gonna be your friend from you haven't did nothing personal to me, or you haven't did anything shady towards me. So I reached out to you, one, because I haven't heard from you in a long time, and then two, I was genuinely checking on you, like, damn, like, oh my God, I have noticed this from this person. So let me make sure, because what's going on in the world, people are dying, people are committing suicide. I don't want this person that I was once really cool with to go through something and feel alone. So that's why I sent you that long paragraph. It kind of backfired on me, but I was okay with that. So until we talked about it, I said, well, Rich, I ain't gonna say that because I know my mouth. I know my mouth is very smart. So is yours. And
Right.
it wasn't the place and the time for that. So
However, we did have a mutual friend
we
that did
did
help it out, though.
right, and I appreciate him for that. I
I
appreciate him for
appreciate him
that.
for that as well, and I do appreciate you for taking it in a more mature way, because it could have went completely left for us.
Completely.
Completely. Like,
Right.
because we already knew each other's personalities. We
Mhm.
already knew each other's triggers,
Right.
and I felt the tension, and I know you felt the tension, and I think
Mhm.
I was just coming out of that depression stage too.
Right.
So I didn't know how to feel when I went to that house party. I didn't know how to
Mhm.
feel. I knew you were gonna be there, but I
Right.
was still thinking in my mind on my way there, on my drive there. I was like, what do I like? What do I do? Like,
Mhm.
how do I act or how do I react once I see him when I walk in this party? Because I know he's gonna
Yeah.
be here.
Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
and so it was kind of hard for me to really figure out, like, what do I do when I walk in here? I don't want it to be awkward, but then again, I don't want to be fake.
Yeah. So exactly what we did, the exact same thing, and
Exactly. We both
and,
looked at each
and
other
kept,
like,
kept it moving. But you know,
I could tell
here
it
or
was a
there.
genuine friendship though, because
Yeah. Mhm.
it bothered us that night for so long. I talked to it about it. You talked about it. You were telling different people. I was telling different people, and they was like, okay, no, enough of this.
Okay, bitch. Enough is enough. Get these
Enough
two
is
hoes.
enough. Y'all ass
Yeah,
gonna
get
go
these.
outside and hash this shit
Right.
out.
Right. Yes, Rhonda, mature men have conversations. Yes. So that's what we did tonight. We actually had a conversation and we moved forward from it, and we kept it moving.
Yep.
So how did you get to Atlanta? Like what happened? Like what made you say, okay, I'm going to Atlanta. I ain't going to Miami, I ain't going to LA. I'm going to Atlanta. What made you come here?
So I used to do this with my mom all the time because I used to always value her opinion. And I used to
Mhm.
say, I'm finna move. I'm finna move to Dallas. So I'm finna move to Atlanta. And I did this for a couple of years. And she was
Mhm.
like, okay, go. And I'd be like, you playing. You don't want me to go. She's like, no, okay, go. So
Mhm.
I was like, okay, but my mother is wanting me. What do I do? Like when I get there,
Mhm.
what do I do? So finally, a couple of years later, after I kept on gloating about leaving, in 2018, the new year of 2018, I hopped on a plane. I came out here. I called some friends up. I just went and bought a plane ticket, hopped on a plane, came out here New Year's of 2018, celebrated New Year's in traffic
Oh God.
downtown Atlanta.
Mhm.
And I had a great time being here, but that's not what really changed my mind about coming here. I think it was a whim, and I prayed about it. I went back home after that New Year's. I got in my closet. It was dark, pitch dark in my room, and I
Mhm.
sat there and I prayed and I asked the Lord to give me and provide me with some type of answer, because I was really juggling back and forth. Like, should I leave or
Right.
should I not?
Mhm.
Didn't really know too many people here yet. I knew a couple of people, but I really wasn't trustworthy of those people. But
Right.
they said they would help me out and stuff like that. So I said, okay, cool. I ended up leaving in February of 2018 and
Okay.
moving out here. I sold everything. I packed up all my bags, and the Lord said, you can go, but just
Mhm.
tell your mother that you're going. Don't tell anybody else. And I did not tell
Mhm.
anybody in Houston I was leaving. Not even my closest friends. I didn't tell none of them. And
Uh,
so I left,
mhm.
packed up my car with all my just my clothes and shoes and stuff, and I left. And I drove clean across the country from Houston to Atlanta, and then came here, and then I started, like networking and kind of seeing how do I fit in here, where do I go,
Where do I go?
who do I talk to, what group do I hang
Mhm.
around, and the jealousy kicked in. Like,
Okay.
oh, we've been here for years, and what you trying to do we haven't even accomplished, or I don't like what you're trying to do here. It looks like you're
Mhm.
trying to use me to get where you need to go. And that's
Right.
not
Right.
true. That wasn't
Mhm.
true. I was just really trying to break into, like, they say the early bird gets the worm, right? So
Right.
if I sleep on it, then how do I know if I'm going to miss an opportunity or not? So I'm
Mhm.
up, I'm up on it. I'm going here, trying to figure out what places, trying to figure out who to hang around, who to ask what. So I got kicked out of one house because we had an argument.
I actually remember that.
Yep.
Uh,
Got
so I actually remember the house that you got kicked out of. I remember that.
Got kicked out of one house, went to
Mhm.
the next. Oh, I got you. You can come stay here, blah, blah, blah. Got kicked out of that one because I guess once I got in the radio and doing my thing, it started to become a problem where you don't invite me to none of the
Mhm.
parties that you go to. And, I
Mhm.
invite you everywhere, but sometimes things you can't invite everybody everywhere that you go.
Right.
So ended up getting into it with that person. No longer were friends with that person. I don't talk to either one of those people anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up like really jumping into a lot of stuff, but I ended up having to pack my car back up. It was just like the feeling of leaving Houston again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, might I mind you, I'm in a two-door Mercedes coupe, so it's not much space.
Look. I remember it. The black one. I
Yes, the
remember it.
black one. Yes.
The black one.
So people thought I had it made because status is always around Atlanta. So
Yeah.
you think, oh, he drives a Mercedes, he got it going
He got
on. No,
it. Mm-hmm.
no, I had bills to pay. I had car note, insurance, and no roof over my head.
Right.
And so I ended up having to sleep in my car for a couple of days. That was hard.
Mm-hmm.
And still go to work. So there was times I had to go to Walgreens and get a bottle of water out of their refrigerator, and and brush my teeth in the car and rinse and change and go to work.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was homeless out here in these
So
streets.
were we talking at this point in time? Like, were we still in in
We were still
communication?
in communication because we were in communication before I even moved here.
Right. But before you even moved here, I do remember that. But I don't remember this. Like, I maybe you didn't mention it.
I didn't
I
really
don't.
mention it. That was something that I went through that I didn't want any sympathy from anybody, because I felt like
Mm-hmm.
the more pity party or the sympathy that I had from people, I probably wouldn't have been as motivated to get myself out of the situation. Because
Mm-hmm.
when people pity party you, you kind of like, oh, it's okay, but you like the pity party to still go
Right.
on.
Right.
I didn't want that to happen, so I just said, you know what? I'm not going to tell nobody what happened or what's going
Mm-hmm.
on. I'm just going to kind of like just coast myself and just go from there. So I ended up getting paid. At the time, I was working for Lowe's. I
That's
ended up getting
crazy.
paid, got my paycheck, and I went in and checked into a Airbnb for about a
Mm-hmm.
week. Shared
Wow.
room, $20 a night. Didn't cost me very much, but my car still was flooded with clothes and shoes. They would guarantee me an apartment space if I could get the living history into them.
Mm-hmm.
Called the old apartment and they said, "Oh, we're a new manager. We have a new management company now, so we don't have the paperwork that you need. We can't find it." I said, "I need you to
Wow.
go find that right now. I'm homeless. Like, I don't have a place to stay." And they were like, "There's nothing we can do right now. We'll just have to wait." And I must have bawled my eyes out because, Keon, I was homeless, thousands of miles away from home. Homeless. My mother didn't even know I was homeless. Like, I was just homeless. And um then nobody knew I was homeless. And then
Yeah, I
afterwards,
was gonna say, and I know, I know, I see rather a few of our mutual friends are watching, so I know it's a shocker to all of us. Like, I'm like, damn, like, where was I? But my thing is too. One, I'm piggyback off of what you said when you say, people are jealous or whatever of you. One, you were new to the city. That's number one. You got a
yeah,
clean face. You hear grinding. So sometimes people get intimidated. Sometimes
mm-mm,
people don't know how to take it. Sometimes people, like you say, jealous.
yep,
Because they have been here, like you said, and they're trying to grow, they're trying to elevate, and it's not their time to actually do those things. You get what I'm saying? So it's just
right.
like, oh my God, like what the hell? But when you get to the part where you say you was homeless, it's just like, oh my God, you could have reached out and but I understand the pride. I understand not wanting sympathy. I understand all those things, but it's just like, oh my God, like damn. But not I'll talk about this too. The picture that people paint, not
Oh
saying
my
you in
God.
particular,
Say
the
that.
pip
I know where you're
the
going.
picture that people paint, you never know. And it comes from, I say this all the time, your socialites, the people that are out there on the gram living their best life. Those be the ones who are sleeping on people's couch. Those be the ones who are living in their car, etc. etc. So on the outside, people see, okay, damn, he got a Mercedes, he got a good job, he look good, he doing this, he's well kept, and look at your story, look at what you just said. So it's just like, damn. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, what happened? Where was I in this, this time of,
You were all still in my life, and I would talk to
mm,
y'all like when we be on the phone or texting, like
mm,
everything was fine. But
mm,
beneath the surface, I'm out here trying to really like live. I'm out here trying to really find a place to stay, a place to live, to
Mhm.
lay my head. And I ended up getting a phone call back that same exact day after arguing with my old apartment complex about sending the
Mhm.
paperwork over, and they
Mhm.
finally faxed it over to the new apartments. Then once I got over to the new apartments, I didn't have a deposit, but I had to wait another week to move in because the apartment wasn't ready. So
Mhm.
I was like, thank you, Lord. You know, like you answered my prayer, but I still got to stay in another Airbnb for another week, which was fine because I
Mhm.
knew I had a place
You
coming.
had a place to stay, right?
Yeah. So I said, okay, I just got to get through one more week and I'll be okay. I'll have a place to lay my head instead of the
Mhm.
car. And
Wow.
so I ended up like just getting an Airbnb, another Airbnb, and just staying there for a week. It was kind of scary because it smelled like weed. There was a girl that was overseeing the place that I was staying for that last week, and I mean, she like if you're in the bathroom taking a shower and you come out of the shower, she's standing right there waiting on you to come out. Like it was very
Oh
scary.
wow.
It was a very
Oh.
scary experience. But to say the least, I went ahead and moved into that apartment. I didn't have no furniture, no nothing.
Mm.
But God has guided me in places where people don't understand like how he's elevated me. So this is where my elevation starts coming from. I
Mhm.
moved into my apartment. I ended up getting a bed. I ended up finally getting a bed because I got paid as soon as I moved in. And
As
then
soon as
finally
you
getting,
moved in, right?
yep, I didn't get any other furniture but a bed because I was just happy to be able to sleep on a bed,
The
on a
sleeping.
mattress.
I'm not in the car. I'm not going and getting these bottles of water. So you're happy. It's
I'm
like
happy. I got a
a relief,
stove.
a
I can
burden
cook
lift
for
up. Yes.
myself. I, I
Right.
I I lived off of noodles and bread for a couple of weeks, but okay, I ate.
You
Um,
survived.
I survived. I made it. Because you got to understand, I came from a lifestyle that even when I was a child, I wasn't so privileged or anything like that. But my mom
Hmm.
busted her ass and made sure that she provided for us.
Right.
And then, to fold over Houston, I made a life for myself. And um, I went to college, I got my degree and stuff like that. And you would never think that you would be homeless because you have all this.
Because
But
right. Right.
and just because you drive a Benz or drive whatever a symbol does not mean that it's gonna make you any better because what's on the outside looks good, but what that engine looking like,
Right.
what that engine looking like, what that inside
Right.
looking like,
Right.
um, you have to endure a lot of stuff sometimes in order to get where you need to go. So
Hmm.
I know I didn't reach out to friends, I didn't reach out to people because I didn't want nobody helping me. I wanted to do this on my own. I prayed about moving. I wanted to move on my own, so let me do this on my own first. So
Hmm.
when I got that apartment, I stayed in that apartment, but I ended up getting dust mites later on down the road.
Mm.
Did not know what I was gonna do. I was like, Lord, you done gave me a place, and now this place and got dust mites. And if anybody knows what dust mites is almost as bad as having bed bugs.
Mm.
Dust mites is something that comes from like having too much dust and stuff, and it probably was because the apartment probably sat for too long
Hmm.
and they had to renovate it and stuff like that. And
Spray
probably
and
about four
clean
months
it.
in, I moved out, but they did not put it on my credit because they knew, because I let them know that y'all got some shit going on in here. So I was still working for Lowe's at the time, and there was this wonderful girl named Kiki. She used to call into the radio station all the time, and she
Hmm.
used to always play with us on the radio. But I worked with her as well, and we became fond of friends. And she ended up letting me move in her basement, and I
Hmm.
stayed for free. But I told her, whatever she needs, if she needs anything, I got her. And I moved in her basement for a few months until she moved out of her house for free. She helped me out. This girl helped me out, and I will never forget Kiki. Kiki, I love you, but I will never forget her for that because she offered it to me, and she had kids and everything. I used to, if she needed whatever, she could ask me for it. So
Right.
now again, I'm kind of homeless. Finally, I got a house, leased a house. Stayed in that house until the lease was up, and then when the lease was up, I now moved into the house I am in now.
Hmm.
And throughout all of that, I was with the other radio station, but the other
Hmm.
radio station closed down because there was a deal that went bad. This is the radio station I invited you to. The deal
Okay.
went bad, and because the deal went bad, something happened between the owners and the landlord, and
Mm.
they shut the radio station down. Radio station ended up moving to Jonesboro, but then they ended up blocking me, and I don't know what I did. So I no
Mm.
longer was on the radio. So I was like, what is my next move? What's my next move? And then I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I was kind of Phil the Prince was kind of quiet for a little while. Y'all didn't really hear
Mhm.
nothing from Phil the Prince. Some
I ain't see your ass. You fell. Let me tell you something. You fell off. Like I was like, well, damn, what the fuck is Phil? Like you fell off. Then, and for those who are watching, I see y'all starting to comment. If you want to say anything in the comments, go ahead, feel free. I'll answer. Or if you want to ask Phil anything, go ahead as
I'm
well.
an open book.
So yeah, or myself. So I said, okay, well, damn, Phil to fell off. Where the hell is Phil? Then I start seeing you pop up with this particular person, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. I never seen these two people together. So I'm like, that's interesting. And this person, y'all start going clubbing together,
Was it a particular person with some art on their body?
yes. So y'all started going to the clubs together. Y'all started just y'all was like this. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, are they together or what's going on? Because I would never put, and I'm cool with both of y'all, but I would never put y'all together. Is
Right.
my thing. So I was just like, okay, well, but I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna sit over here and drink my cup or whatever. But then it was like, okay, I see you went through this period of time where you was with this person, and then I'm like, well, is this the right person for this person? This is what I'm saying to myself. But then I start to see you elevate a little bit more, and I start seeing this person fade away. So I'm just like, okay, well, maybe they ain't together no more. Because the first thing the gays do is put two people together. That's what they do.
Always put two people together.
Yeah, so y'all was together in my eyes. Y'all weren't brothers. Y'all was together. So I'm like,
Well,
okay, well, maybe they ain't
that's
together.
what the word on the street is that we were in a relationship.
Probably an open relationship. The girl. The girls to put some shit out there.
That's the word on the street.
Okay. So you and your
the
man
the word on the
at the
street that was
at the time.
so at the time when I came back on the scene, I came back on the scene with that person.
Hmm.
And everybody was like oohing and on over it, like, oh my God, I cannot believe, like, who is that? Oh my God. Like it was always heart eyes. It was always but we were very, very close. And I think I needed that uplifting that I was given from that person through that time that I was going through what I was going through, because I really didn't have anything going on. I was looking
Right.
for my next, I was looking for my next come up. I was looking for my next, you know, like, where's Phil the Prince at? Where's he gonna come from? Because I'm not giving up at this point.
Hmm.
But it was funny how we met, because when we met at a time that I was very vulnerable.
Hmm.
And I think that they were it was the pandemic was coming through, and
Hmm.
just all kinds of stuff was happening at one time, and I was just like, okay,
So were y'all together?
I'm not
I got to ask. So were y'all together or y'all wasn't together? Like
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that
me
question.
and the people want to know what's going on. So did y'all have a little fling going on?
Atlanta Atlanta
Cause you
is
said you
still
was vulnerable.
Atlanta is still
But
they're still asking questions about that,
well, you
and
to
I
answer
won't
my
answer that
question without
question.
you to answer my question without answering my question. So we'll talk about that outside of the camera. But hey, Stephanie L, I know you're watching. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Jeffrey. Hey, Scott Alex. I see you just popped in as well. What's going on, y'all? So this is Phil. Me and Phil is catching up. We're catching up on how he managed to survive in Atlanta. He's getting ready to go into how he's getting on his new show, how the new show started, etc., etc. Yes, Phil is pleading the fifth on this question. He
I
don't
am.
he
I
don't want to
am.
talk about how him and this man had dealings, but I know the tea. But I try to keep the people honest and keep the people going.
I'm being
But
honest.
we'll talk outside the camera because you said you plead the fifth, honey. So you answered my question without answering my question.
I plead the fifth
So
on that question.
okay, hey Rio, what's going on? Hey Nora. So I see more people getting to tune in and stuff like that. So where did it? How did the show come about? Like where did this come about? Because you went from here to there like this. So where did the show come about?
So it's funny because nobody knew that I was in. Everybody knew I fell off the scene, and I think the haters, hey haters, how y'all doing? I think the haters were like, "Oh, Phil the Prince, just what we thought. We're gonna fall off," and
Hmm.
I did. Yep. But every successful entertainer out there has always had a downfall, right?
Right,
And if
right.
you are a person who's in entertainment and in the entertainment industry, you know that there is always another platform to go to, but you have to continue to keep working and put yourself out there.
Put yourself out there. Right.
Yes. So that little time link that you saw me like disappear, and then all of a sudden I pop back out with this person who has all these followers and all these people that look at them
Hmm.
and notice that there's some like, oh, we didn't know he knew Phil. We didn't know they
Right.
knew Phil. And already spill the tea. um, so looking into it, it's like, okay, now we see them together and we see them interacting. And so
Hmm.
now Phil the Princess popped back out on the scene.
Right.
But I kept it so secretive and I never put captions in my Instagram or anything to make people like know what was
Right.
really going on
Yeah.
purpose because bitches was in my tea after I came back out. And
Hmm.
I wanted to slowly show people that Phil the Prince is not gone. He's back. And he's back and he's better. So I came
Hmm.
back with a vengeance. So I had reached out to I saw the show. I saw some of the season one.
Hmm.
And the show that I'm referring to, everybody, is On the Way Up Atlanta. It is coming out January 27th. Make sure you guys are tuned in on YouTube.
So this is season two.
This is season two.
Yeah, this is season two. I know a couple of people from season one that
I know
is
you
on
do.
season so on season two. Um, so it's just like okay, so let's see where this go. And someone asked me to actually for season two. Somebody actually asked me. Two people was like, maybe you should get on there, but that's another story as well.
We will talk about that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. So I didn't want to actually come on, but you
I
never
think
know
you
what
would.
things may go in the
I
future.
we'll see where it goes, but I think you
Hmm.
would be a cute fit for maybe season three.
We'll see.
We'll
We'll
see.
see. We'll see.
Um, so I reached out to the producer of the show and
Hmm.
I just emailed and I also DM'd and I was not aware. Like I did it. I was sitting in my bed and just out of the whim, I just did it. I was
Hmm.
like, if you don't open your mouth, you're not gonna get a spot somewhere. So
Right.
I said, you know what, the next thing after radio, because radio was on a halt. Radio was just paused for me.
It's behind you. You know,
It was behind,
nowhere. Yeah.
it was back there. And I was like,
Hmm.
okay, I can't just sit here and do nothing. I did not
Hmm.
come here to sit here and do nothing. Phil the Prince is Phil the Prince. It's got his
It,
legacy has to live.
right.
So finally, once I got that person in my life and doing that, once we fell out, I said, okay, it's time for me, now that I'm back on the scene, to find something else to do.
Hmm.
So, yes, I am a brand ambassador. This is, by the way, this is a brand ambassador sweatshirt I'm wearing. Tay Designs, I am a brand ambassador for him. Me and him talked about a lot of stuff. And I said, if I ever get on TV, if I ever get anything on TV, I will bring you with me. You will come with
Hmm.
me everywhere because you made me your brand ambassador.
Okay.
And so, we talked about it all the time, all the time, all the time. And I was going to make my own reality TV show.
Hmm.
And I just got tired of it. I was almost just so sick of it that I was gonna go into another depression mode. Like, Phil the Prince needs to get something
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. Right.
I need to
Right.
get
Right.
out
Right.
there. Like, people don't believe in me anymore.
Right.
And one day I woke up and I had an email. And that email was from the producer of the show that I am on now, On the Way Up
Hmm.
Atlanta, and
Hmm.
said, come on out to this place, and the cast and crew is going to be there, and I want to see how you interact with them.
Right.
First, I was like in awe because I was like, wait a minute. Like, you can't be serious
Wait,
right now.
did these people hit me back up?
Right.
Like,
These, like somebody,
what the
what?
hell going on? Right,
Right.
right, right.
I was in shock. I was like, oh my
Hmm.
God. So
Right.
I didn't know who to call, what to do, or whatever. So I went to
Hmm.
the place. At first, I was nervous as hell because I was like, this must be fake. This is
Yeah.
some trashy shit. And it's fake.
Because
And I went
I
into,
will say, hold on, I ain't trying to cut you off, but I will say it's a million online shows now. When I say a million, it's a million on
right,
YouTube, Facebook, OnlyFans, wherever you want to put it at. It's a million of them, and not all of them are good. So it's just like, I have seen a couple of people bounce from here to there to here to there, and it's the same storyline. And this
yep,
is no shade. I don't hate on people coming up, et cetera, et cetera. I don't hate on people elevating, but it's just like, okay, but bitch, I learned your storyline
right,
3 years ago on this
right,
show, and girl, you got the same storyline 3 years from now.
right,
Bitch, what have changed in your life? What is
right.
going on?
Shit ain't right. Shit ain't
It
right.
ain't right. Shit, yeah, shit ain't right. That's all I get is shit ain't right across the board. So I haven't noticed it on this show, but word of mouth, people watch, So we'll see as the show. I think the show is very dope. I have paid attention to a couple of things. I haven't really tuned in to just the full season yet. But 2021, I want to see what the girls are bringing
So
to the
season one
table.
ended up being like the pilot season. That was like
Hmm.
the tester season. They were kind of testing everybody out. But
Hmm.
season two, I sent in everything I possibly could. I sent in photos, videos, stuff from my radio, stuff from like what I've been doing and stuff like that. And I had to
Hmm.
step my fashion game up when I moved here to Atlanta too. Cause we so fashion forward out here. It's funny. But the crazy
Hmm.
thing is I'm now deemed as a socialite of Atlanta and a fashion guru of Atlanta. And people stop me and they say, hey, I love your fashion. I don't even like, it makes me feel really good and humble inside because I don't really know that people are paying attention to me like that. And I'm not one
Hmm.
of those people like, I know I'm popping. No, like
Hmm.
I do me. I put me together when I get
Right.
ready to walk out this door because it's all about me at that time. So it's not like I'm doing it for everybody else. I'm doing it for myself. But I do appreciate and I do admire that people are actually paying attention to me and what I do.
Yeah,
Because it
cause
makes you
girl,
feel
we
good.
see you on Facebook. I see you posting your shoes, girl. I see you in the bathroom picture, girl. You be like this, and you done posted up, or you got your shirt halfway up. I say, look at this bitch, girl. She got the same three photos, in every other picture, bitch. Look at her.
Shut up.
So, girl, we see you, bitch. We see you.
Shut up.
We
Um,
see you, the fashion guru of Atlanta, honey. We see you.
I've had to step my game up a lot.
Hmm.
And I don't have managers, I don't have personal assistants, I don't have no people helping me out, I don't have no team behind me. I'll get there when I get there, but for now I'm doing everything on my own. And so I don't care what no I'm gonna say this, I don't care what no bitch has to say about what Phil
Hmm.
the Prince is doing. I made a name for myself out here. I made a name for myself on what I do, and I made a pathway for a lot of people in this LGBTQ community to be who you want to be and continue to strive to be who you want to be, because you don't have to quit. My story resonates, and on this platform that I'm on, this show that I'm on, my story resonates that you do not have to stop because you feel like you have come to the end of your road. You have not come to
Hmm.
the end of the road. What you have to do is you have to go through the construction, okay? And then you have to come out on the other side. It may say stop or slow on that sign, but it does not mean that it stops you completely from getting where you need to go. You cross that
Hello.
bridge. That bridge will be finished soon, and you can still cross that bridge. You can still get there. But there's people out here that give up so quickly. Just like y'all heard Keon say, he didn't see me for a while. I dropped off. I did. That's cool. I was homeless. I was. That's cool. There was stuff going on behind my scenes that people didn't understand: depression, homelessness, all that. That's cool. And you can talk about it all you want to. But I stand here today to tell you that God is real, and he can and he will do for you and provide for you as long as you want it. You have to want it for yourself. I got on this show because I opened my mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Right.
And I was not willing to sit here while I'm out here in Atlanta. I done packed up my whole life and went through a lot of shit in the past 2.5 years I've been here. It's almost my third year I'm on a TV show. What I sought out to do when I came out here, I said I wanted to be on
Right.
somebody's show. I'm on somebody's show. It's possible. You can do whatever you set
It
your
is.
mind to.
But also too, it wasn't your time then. You still
Speak
had a
on
little
it.
tweak.
Say
You
that.
still had a little tweaking to do. You still had a little growing up to do.
Yep.
You still had a little people to figure out. So, bitch, it wasn't your time back then, but now it's a time where you're starting to
Let me ask
get
you this,
to know those
Keon.
people.
Knowing now that where I am from back then,
Mm-hmm,
have you seen it? The past couple of times I've even had encounters, we've had encounters in the same
mm-hmm,
house party settings and settings.
mm-hmm.
Have you noticed a change in my attitude?
I have noticed a change in your attitude. So I will say this. I have noticed that you ain't as smart as you used to be, meaning not smart as your brain, but your mouth. You're more humble. It's like you're more chill now. You always been a mellow person, but it's like you get a chill person. So sometimes I think that comes from getting knocked on your ass. So when you get knocked on your ass and you have to actually humble yourself and you have to build, because sometimes you do get the big head. And I'm not saying in your case, but you had a Mercedes, you was this person, even though you were going through what you're going through, but you still put on this persona. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So you still was this big shot person. So your ego was still here, but you
Mhm.
had to humble yourself a little bit. So now you was at rock bottom. Now you're able to stand up and be like, okay, well, this is the real me. This is who I
Spoken
am.
from a true friend who knows who I
Right.
am.
Right. So I see a different you now. I don't see the same person I seen, a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I've been knowing you since 17. So
Yep.
it's a different.
A lot of stuff humbles you when you go through a lot of shit that you didn't know that you could go through.
Mhm.
I never knew in a million
Yeah,
years thought I would be
yeah.
homeless.
So what made you get into your fashion line? So what made you get into your shirt line, your t-shirt line, et cetera, et cetera? So what made that come about? Like where did you get the slogan or the name from? Where did you get that from?
So, I'm constantly on social media. Like
Hmm.
that's like another job.
So
Especially
mention the comment first. Mention what your slogan is for your
so
line.
so my slogan is, if you can see it, it's the comment section for me. Um, and you'll find it in hoodies and t-shirts. And now I have a headline coming out as well with that. It's not out yet, so you can't find it on any website or anything. But I am in production right now. To let you guys know, I am in production. I've gotten so many people to hit me up about it, and it is coming. So don't worry. Um, however, I can't say this. It's the comment section for me means for everything. So you know how like you post something and people can keep scrolling if they want to,
Hmm.
but it's always that nosy Rosie. They gotta come
Hmm.
through. And instead of keep scrolling, you gotta stop it. You gotta make your little 2 cents in it. Okay.
Hmm.
So this show gave me a platform. The platform it gave me was because you gotta use your platform for something.
Hmm.
Um,
I was
and you
just
gotta
talking about this today.
and you got to
I
make
was
it
just talking about this
relatable for
today.
everybody to use as well.
Hmm.
And you also are not supposed to use a platform if you can't use it for a business. And I'm all about getting my change and my chochos and my money right now, my coin. Everybody's about getting a coin. So, but
Right.
do I want to work for the rest of my life for somebody? No, I want to do for me. So, and one day I want to get my mother a house and a paid off car. Okay. So I'm here to say, if you have a platform, use it for something. I'm using my platform for my slogan. It's the comment section for me. Yes, it's trademark, so don't go out there. Don't one bitch go out there and try to use it because you
Cause
will
girl,
get sued.
the girls are typing saying it's the comment section for me. Girl, hashtag this came from Albert. This came from
You will
Katrina.
you will
This
get
came
sued,
from.
and you will get that paperwork in your life. Okay, so don't do it. I am a
Mm,
smart black LGBTQ. Okay. So
Well,
anyways,
girl, the gays, girl, they frauds, girl, but just because you
don't
say you got it, copyright, girl,
don't
that
try,
means that
baby.
cover. But I believe you, Fred. I believe you.
Don't try,
But
baby.
I'm just saying.
Trademark in production right now. Okay.
Mm,
So and I got all the guidelines, rules, and rights and regulations. Okay. So don't do it.
okay.
Find something else. So it's the comment section for me means everything. So people always have a comment about you. People always say something. People always are smart. And when I say smart, like you said, not the brain, but the mouth. Okay. You always
Mm-hmm.
quick to jump off the chain. It's the comment section for me means everything. So if there is something that I don't like that is rolling off your tongue, I'm just gonna say it's the comment section for me, baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's the comment section for me
Mm-hmm.
because that was uncalled for.
Right.
And
Right.
everybody knows it always goes down in the comments, not the DMs, but the comments. And
Right.
if you ever watch those funny videos, the video is not as funny as reading the comments with the
The
video.
comments. Let me tell you, any viral. Let me tell you something. What I have learned, any viral video that I watch. I will watch the video. I may key a little bit, but baby, when I go to them comments and I just scroll and just scroll, you would see so many arguments in these comments. It's like, girl, do you know him? Do you know her? What is going on? So the comments definitely
The comment section is always the funniest to
the
me.
funniest. Yeah,
Yes.
I get that. It is. It is.
So I ended up using that on this show because when you're in reality TV, it's a lot of shit being thrown your way.
Hmm.
And there's nothing you can do but say, you know what? It's that comment section for me because I
Hmm.
already know there's gonna be outsiders, insiders, and whatever saying whatever they need to say, and that's fine because you don't know me at the end of the day.
Right.
But you can
And
put your perception on who you think
I
I am.
seen the trailer, baby. Let me tell you something. I can't wait till January 2021 because I want to see this. I want to tune in. I want to see it because I want to see you in. Not only I know multiple people on the show, but I just want to see everybody because I know all y'all in a personal setting. So I want to
Mhm.
see all y'all on the show, and it's funny because y'all were arguing. Everyone that I know had to got into it. So it's just like, oh bitch, let me get the team. Ain't no good show without a little drama. Ain't
I
no.
will say this without breaking any information. A lot of people think I'm the undercover villain of this season.
Hmm.
I'm not the undercover villain. I just don't like to sugarcoat stuff. Okay, Keon, you know me. I'm straight up. I'm
Well,
not.
they said you was the charade honey. They say you was the bone carrier. That's what they
Well,
said of the show, girl. So I don't know. I haven't been in production. I
I've been
haven't seen
called
it.
Sheree. I've been called Kenya. I've been told I've Nene. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be at the end of the day.
Okay. I can't wait
And
to see this Phil honey on this good reality show. Cause I'm gonna tell you the truth. I may get out here and talk about y'all remember Phil from a couple of lives ago? Child, he got on this show and showed his complete ass.
you know what
But
we you know what we might have to do?
what?
Maybe we can make it a watch party every week.
Okay. We'll get together.
Yeah.
We'll get together on some
Maybe we
stuff.
can make it a watch party every week because I want to see everybody's facial expressions when everything comes out.
But the show got to be popping first because bitch, she talking about getting on the show. Time is money, money is
The
time.
show gonna be popping, baby. I can tell you that right now.
I can't wait. I have seen the I definitely have seen the trailer. So I know it look a little
There's
straight
gonna
because
be
when
a,
I see
there's
you on that, my first thing was Phil on there. That's why I was like, wait, Phil on there?
there's
So
still
we'll
gonna
see.
there's still gonna be a super trailer. So
Okay,
remember, and that super trailer is probably gonna be the bomb.
okay,
That's gonna make you want to watch it.
okay, okay.
So I can say that the crew is cool. I'm cool with all the cast and crew. I knew a person or two on there before I got on there.
So Phil, I'm sorry, Phil. Social media handles are scrolling across the screen. So he is Phil the Prince. That is on Facebook and Instagram. Phil the Prince.
Yes,
They
it
want to know
is.
where they can follow you at. So Phil is scrolling across the screen at Phil the Prince.
And make sure y'all spell it right. It's PhyllThaprince.
Cause he got me together, honey. I had to put PRI instead of PRY. I can spell a little bit, so the kids get creative
I gotta
and they
separate
want to.
myself from the rest.
Yeah, so
I'm
look,
not a natural born prince, but I'm a prince.
that's why I put the real Keon Stafford in front of everything. Cause baby, it's a lot of Keon Staffords, but it's only one me, honey.
Okay.
So you always put the real in front of. So they want to follow me on anything, you just type the real and it'll pop up.
So Keon, what's next for you?
Whew, I am. This is where I'm at. I'm at the drawing board. I have some things that I have in motion that I have in motion, but I'm still at the drawing board on which direction I want to actually go.
Okay.
But I have found a path. One is starting my own platform with my own online little show, and then also I'm working on something else that I said I will announce in a couple of weeks that I'm still putting together. So that's going to be good as well. So like you said, I'm at the drawing board. I'm the type of person that when I put something out, it's going to be right. It ain't
Right.
going to be all these other different things. So I'm at the drawing board still, finishing up some things, touching up some things, and did not get ready to release. So just know it's a lot of good things coming for Keon. Also, relationship. I'm building a new relationship.
Well, wait a minute. So, are you in a relationship?
I am in a relationship now.
Okay. So that's the
Um,
in-law still, right?
huh?
That's the in-law still, right? The
Yeah, my
in-laws that you
in-laws.
were talking about with the Jack Daniels.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I am in a relationship now. Those who are watching, they're gonna be saying his name in a minute, but I'm in a relationship with George. When you seen us we was at the party together. We just seen us not so long ago.
Hmm.
So that's who I'm in a relationship with. I mean, it's all over my social media. So, well, I don't know
I
if you
just
pay
wanted to make
attention like that.
sure that I had to ask that question.
Yeah, so I am in a relationship. He ain't going nowhere, child. He here. You know, I made a promise to myself. I have been in a couple of relationships before, but you live and you learn. So not
And you
only
always gonna
do
keep living and learning.
right, and not only my thing is not only that you have to look at your partner, but you have to look at yourself as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's okay. Well, what did I didn't do in this one that I need to correct in this one?
Now
So.
let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
This is a fun question because you remember the last time we had went to Harold's? You remember when we went to Harold's?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay,
You
yeah,
remember when
yeah.
we all rode with you and
hmm
you said you would get rid of that vehicle? Did you get rid of it?
Yeah. So I definitely have another vehicle
I
now.
told you don't do that.
So I definitely have another vehicle. But I think I had two vehicles since then. Since you
Damn.
yeah, everybody know me. I switch cars a lot. I love cars. So
So do I.
the car that I have now, so I want to get rid of it and get another one, but I'm trying to stick it out. I've been had it for like 9 months now, so that's good. That's good. So
You just as bad as me on cars because I already got another car and I have a car sitting in my driveway right now
mhm.
and I need to get it going because I'm gonna use that as a work car slash sometimes club car because it still resonates to a club car if it can, but that's gonna be the hood club.
Right. Good night, CTJ, and welcome to my channel. So thank you for coming in. But
I can just
yeah, so
imagine what people are saying right now.
yeah. Um, let me tell you something. It's always good to catch up. It's always good to hash out. It's always good to
It is.
bring somebody new. We did. I think the last live we did, it was very interesting. I think we was on there for a long. I'll actually pull that up and try to. I'm gonna try to pull that up and post it. It was me, you, Keelan. You remember Keelan?
Uh huh.
It was me, you, Keelan. I think Craig was there too.
Where is he at? It was Craig,
He's
but where is he at?
who? Keelan or Craig?
Killian.
Killian is around. He's somewhere around in Atlanta, somewhere.
I know where Craig is
Um,
at because me and Craig are friends on Instagram.
hmm Yeah,
So
so everybody is doing their own thing. We're gonna leave it at that.
uh,
Everybody is here and there,
uh,
so we'll leave
I'm
it at
not.
that.
I won't say nothing. Just like I pleaded the fifth on that other question about who's who.
So you picked up what I put down. Thank you. Um, next. Um, but no,
Shade.
so everybody is just doing their own thing. Everybody know me. I'm always with positive energy and positive vibes. I don't have time for that negative shit. So
What's next for 2021 for you though? What's your projection?
I definitely want to elevate my channel. And it's growing. I was shocked when I hit 1,000 followers how I did. So that's a good thing. Working on my relationship, working on completing my drawing board, and just pushing myself to overcome things that I said that I wanted to do. So that's my thing now with just pushing and moving forward and completing those projects that I have dabbed in a little bit and not actually bring it up and put it into the light. So that's what I'm working on now, bringing
Okay.
those little projects to put them in light. So like I said, I'm looking forward to 2021. I definitely don't want it to be like 2020. So 2021 would definitely be good for me. So I'm putting it out there.
For me, I want to step my I want to step my whole fashion game up. I'm
Okay.
looking to some different stuff now. I definitely want to travel a little bit more. Um, and kind of like let my personality out. I
Hmm.
definitely want to try to step into some type of relationship because I've been single for like 5 years, but I'm not gonna put that on the top of my list because it ain't been.
I will say when it comes to a relationship, don't go looking for it. Let it come to you.
I
Don't go
don't.
looking for it
But
because it's hard. Let me tell you, it's another job. Do you hear me?
this is my problem. This is my issue. You know, being in the entertainment industry, it's hard for you to explain yourself. So, like a person that doesn't really know the entertainment industry like it is, especially
Mm-hmm.
in this kind of community, they think that you're out here being like some kind of hoe, slut, whore, whatever.
Cause
Because
girl, I ain't gonna lie. When you was with girl, I thought you was on OnlyFans. I thought you was partaking in the partakes that goes on at
you know
that
what?
particular club.
Okay, so you know
I'm
what?
just putting it out there. I'm just real like that. I ain't gonna say
I
what
hope
and what and what.
I hope that people don't wonder if that was the case for us because we were around each other.
I don't know. I only can speak for myself. Um, I was just like, I hope that this isn't happening because I know what type of person you are. So I know if I have had that, there ain't no telling what the girls have said.
I know they're big on the OnlyFans thing, and they think because you're around somebody that's on OnlyFans that
Mhm.
you. I mean, I took pictures with Malik. That doesn't mean that we were on OnlyFans together.
No, and I have friends that are on OnlyFans. I
Yeah,
have one in particular, but bitch, you'll see me on OnlyFans. I don't now listen. I don't knock anything nobody do. I don't judge anybody,
I don't need
but
that check just yet. Okay,
look, cause girl, sometimes it be a good little check, girl. It be a good little coin coming in,
it
depending
may
on
be a
your
good little
content.
coin, but I ain't there
But
yet.
no, that ain't for me, baby. Bitch, my head to be chopped off.
Maybe back in the day, back in the gap when I was in that homeless stage, maybe it would have been something. But
Yes, definitely let it come looking for you. Definitely come to.
okay, this is what I'm gonna say about relationships. I've been what a lot of people don't know, and I'm gonna let it out. I'm gonna let the cat out the bag because I think I'm old enough now for you guys to know my life. I've been married
Hmm.
before. I have been in a whole marriage with a person I was with for 6 years. There's a lot of people that don't know
Now,
that,
was
but
this a girl or a guy?
okay,
Oh, okay.
I've been in a
See,
whole
girl,
marriage.
see, girl. When you come on here, y'all, you get honest and truth, baby. I'd have found out some shit that I've been knowing this person for 3 years, and baby, I ain't never know none of this shit. So,
I've been in a whole marriage before, and yeah, we were married for 1 year. We were together
hmm
for six total, married for one. So the little concept that people think that, oh, you just getting married just to get married, that was not just a marriage just to get married because we were together for so long. So this was something that we talked about for 2 years straight before we even went there. So
hmm
the girls and the queens and all that kind of stuff who got something to say about it, it was not a whim. Okay, it was something that we talked about for years, and we finally did it. But that person still didn't tell me about their past life, and they
Mhm.
didn't tell me things that were affecting their past life to make it for the present, and then
Mhm.
what could affect us in the future. So we ended up
Mhm.
splitting apart and breaking up, and I was kind of distraught over it. But at the end of the day, you got to move on. I haven't seen that person in 5 years.
Oh, look, everything happened for a reason. Everybody come for a season. And look, that wasn't for you. So I'm proud in the person that you have became. I am glad at the growth. Um, I can't wait to see what's coming forward for 2021 for you. So I'll be watching and I'll be keeping in tune. And this ain't gonna be your first time coming on here. So we'll definitely get into something. This is what somebody said. Relationships are good in dating, taking your time to get to know a person is even better. Knowing who you're dating and sleeping next to at night. I agree. I agree.
Mr. 6'8", is he 6'8"?
I guess he's six.
Good
Look,
night. Do you play basketball?
babe. I'm looking up like this. Hey, how you
I'm
doing?
only 5'11". Do you play
Look,
basketball?
okay, so he's standing over us like this because baby, I'm
Right.
5'9",
I
5'10".
know he looking all the way down at me like.
Look, okay, look,
But what he said was true though.
yeah, it definitely is true.
I mean, I'm not in a rush for a relationship. I mean, hell, I've been single for 5 years, but I think I've been single for 5 years only because I need to find somebody that matches just me.
Hmm.
Like, you're not worried about if I need to go make appearances at clubs or if I need to, I'm just, um, he said, no, I don't play ball. Okay, well, it's okay. You don't have to play ball for 6'8", but
Right,
golly, you're only 2 inches shorter than 7. So that's,
right. So you know how tall that is.
Lord, you get cut up by my fan on the ceiling.
Look, okay, I don't even think shit. If my room, I'm in the basement, baby. Is this room 7 foot? Goddamn.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir. I'll sit
yeah,
down. Okay.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, have a nice night. Bye
I
bye.
got you. I'm sorry. I'm going to bed.
Look, okay, but no, I think before you get in a relationship, make sure you're good with yourself. Um, make sure you're. Some people get in relationships because they just lonely. They just want
Right.
somebody, but they not willing to put in the work,
Which
or
comes from
they're
where
not.
hurt people hurt people.
Yes, yes, yes. So I am working on myself. I am building a relationship. I am still learning. You have to if your partner can't teach you, then something is wrong. So something is
And tell
wrong.
you the truth about yourself.
Right. So I will say with the partner I have now, my partner definitely tells me the truth. My partner definitely make me look in the mirror and say, "Hey, this is you. This is what I feel you need to work on. This is what I feel you need to change." And vice versa.
Do you find yourself going against what they say to you though at first hand because you don't believe that that is what needs to change you?
Sometimes. Now I'm a big person on delivery.
Okay.
So you may say something, but if you delivered it wrong, then I won't receive it the way you was trying to say it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but I receive things like you said. You have to be willing to listen. That's where it started. You gotta be ready to listen. So I try to listen and kumbaya and make sure that everything is okay, and be able to listen to my partner or receive where he's coming from.
I think I need a
So.
relationship next year to ground me more because I sometimes I just be out of control. I just be out of control. Um, and
Thank you, Darlene.
oh, she's so sweet. Um, I just think that I think a lot of stuff happiness don't come from a person. It comes from within of being content alone. I had to learn stop looking for love and no sex and just focus on self for a while. Let me tell you something, Mr. 6'8". This is my number one pet peeve, and then I got another pet peeve. My number one pet peeve is to meet somebody and we claim that we want to be dating and doing all this kind of stuff. And people say, well,
Hmm.
it's a new millennium, it's a new year, it's
Hmm.
2021, it's 2020, it's this, that. No.
Hmm.
Just because the years change doesn't mean the concept changes. You can still
Correct.
court and date a person without speaking about or talking about having sex off the bat. Okay. You can always date a person and get to know that person for that person. And then when sex happens, it happens. And then on the other hand, you got to get to know a person these days if you want to be in a real relationship. Keon, you
No, I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
so then also it really, the other pet peeve is the clinginess. Like I hate somebody who's very clingy. Clinginess to me, and I think I hate it because, and it's a pet peeve because I feel like if you're being clingy, you don't really trust me. And I'm not saying you got to trust me out the gate, but you don't need to know my every move. When I go to the bathroom, when I come out the bathroom, when I'm taking a bath, when I'm getting dressed, when I'm finna go, where I'm finna go, how I'm finna go, who I'm finna go with, who I'm finna meet up there, what time I'm going, what time I'm leaving. Like, if I tell you I'm finna go somewhere, get off the phone with me so I can get ready to go. We can text and we can talk and we can, do all that in between, but we're grown. And I don't expect you to stay in your house and sit up. There's people that are homebodies. Let me tell you something. If you're a homebody, that automatically kind of sends me to the left with that type of relationship because I'm not a
No.
homebody. I have plenty of
Cause
stuff.
you like to be seen, you like to go you like to
Well, that's the only way I'm gonna get put out there as who I
right,
am, because
right.
otherwise, if I stay in the house, who's gonna know who I am unless I take pictures against the wall?
So let me
Boring,
let me say something before I forget it.
hated it.
Um, I get what you're saying with the clinginess.
Hmm.
Um, but also I have learned um sometimes letting your spouse or your partner know where you're going. It's not just for a, oh, I need to know where you're going, who you with, or a trust issue. Sometimes it's for safety. And I have seen different things for, and I have came to learn different things on that part.
How do you decipher between the two? If it's safety or if you're just asking questions for your own personal self?
Um, it will be because I done had both. So you would definitely see the difference for us as, how could I, let me see how I can break this down.
Yeah,
Because
please.
okay, so look, it's a difference with um hey babe, I'm finna get ready and go to the store, or hey, I'm leaving work but I'm finna stop at this place to get some gas or something like that. I'm going to get something to eat. Versus where you going, who you with, what time you coming home, etc., etc. If you get, it's all about how you word things. So if you're getting a where you at, who you with, what time, etc., etc., that's more so of a trust issue versus a, hey, make sure you get to the next destination safe. Let me know when you make it. I'll see you when you get there, or I'll see you when you get home, or etc. etc. Be safe. Those are two different things, if that makes sense.
But why is it harder in the LGBTQ community than the heterosexual community? That we always, in this community, we're always asking those type of questions. And in the heterosexual, it's like, all right, you go out with your boys, I'm gonna go out with my girls, and we're gonna have fun, and then we'll see each other when we see each other. And it's no
Right.
problem.
That's what I'm trying to say right here. The difference is usually the tone, concern, not controlling. That's it
Okay.
right there. That's it right there. But also, you gotta think about it, even though we're gay, we're still men. A lot of people in the community, they want their cake and eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare you find, now it's common that you will find people that want to settle down and be with somebody just for themselves. But also you looking at gay horny men who just want to have the next fuck, or who want to be on
So
this.
why do you have to partake in it? Why can't you
You
just be a person that is okay? If that's the person that they are, you don't have to be that person. And the person that is with you or the person that is pursuing you does not have to put their mind in that concept that you are just that same whore or hoe trying to be out there doing the same thing.
It's called learning each other. It's called communication. It's called getting to know somebody. It's called vibing with somebody. It's different things. You don't have to always, but I will say this: in majority of the time, people are meeting on Jack. They're meeting on Grinder. They're meeting up, and now hell, Twitter. And there is different, some more social platforms to meet people on. It's not like how back in the day where our parents met each other at the stores, or they met each other at the anywhere out going out the bank. It's different now.
You still the person that's behind that keyboard or still the person that is in person. Okay. So you sit over here asking me about fellatio, and you instead of you don't even know my name yet. You don't even know, I could have plenty of STDs.
Okay,
I could
but
have
no,
this
no,
and I
no.
could have
What
that.
are you posting on social media to attract these people?
Okay, now let me tell you something. I have posted back in the gap. I have
No,
posted
no, no, no. Because you have posted off pictures, you have posted thirst traps, you have posted these things. Now,
back
I'm
in the
not saying
gap, back in the
no,
day.
I'm not saying that we all haven't. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
But you attract certain people, or you allowed to shut down certain things when these people are. So of course somebody's going to jump in your inbox and think you're attractive or whatever. But what have attracted them to you? Majority of the time, if somebody come at you on a wholeness, or hey, let me fuck, or hey, let's do this or let's do that, majority of the time is because you're attracted because of what you posted.
Well, I've been on the tip where I've been fully clothed, and
Okay.
it's not like I've been fully clothed and I still get inboxed with that crap.
Hmm.
So, there's no difference to me. Like most of the pictures you see now that I post are going to be fully clothed pictures. Not nothing with my shirt off or nothing like that, but I still get the hoism in my DMs. And
Because you have changed now, but somebody still have a perception of you from back
but
then.
that's just a perception. I never said I was selling my body to them for them to come at me in that kind of way. And I don't think my thirst traps have been to the point where I have been showing cheeks and balls and apples and
But
stuff like
sometimes
that.
people just like the top part. Sometimes that's enough to just to turn somebody on.
Okay, it's just a chest. Everybody calm down. It's a chest and a belly button.
But you don't know what aroused somebody. You don't know what is a turn on to somebody.
My beard can
People
be a turn on to you. Am I supposed to cut it off
people
because it's
have
a turn
different
on?
fetishes. People have different things they like in people.
I get you. But my beard can
So
be a turn on because you like beards. Does that mean I gotta cut it off because before I post it because you like that?
no, that don't mean
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. You laughing because you know it's the truth.
Yeah, but people do jump in and say crazy shit.
People
They
do the
do.
most, is what they
Yeah,
do.
they do. They do. I
And
I agree with you on that part. I agree with you on that part.
they do the
I agree with
most,
you.
and they know that um like they try themselves. I think they try it. I think they try to see and push to see what type of person you are. And if
Hmm.
you don't get a DM back from me, or you get dry answers, that means I'm not interested, because at this point you've turned me off and it doesn't make any sense.
That piggybacks off of what we're saying about the controlling and the what is the difference.
Well, you don't come at me with no conversation about no having sex with me off the bat, because then you're gonna get denied. I'm not that person.
Look,
I'm not here to help your little sexual innuendos, what you've been fantasizing about and what you not been having for the past whatever how
well,
many months.
child, nowadays all the men is horny, honey. Everybody is horny. That's all. That's all you get. Hell, now I see more women on goddamn OnlyFans and everything. And I'm not saying I have OnlyFans, but what I'm saying is
Does that mean
the
they're
the
horny or
promoting.
broke?
It may be a little bit of both. Shit, it may be both, horny and broke. Look, I am not the person to fix somebody's life. I only can get on here and speak the real. I only can get on here and talk and say what I feel, give
I
you
think
from
we
a
fixed
younger
somebody's life,
perspective.
because
Look, because conversation help somebody. It's plenty of people that have been out there homeless. There's plenty of people out there who are still on grounded jack, POF, Christian mingle, all the shit. It's still people out there still searching and looking for love. But loneliness, depression, and all low self-esteem and all this stuff make you vulnerable. Like you say, you were in a place and time where it made you vulnerable. So you don't know what somebody's mindset is to actually go out or jump and do these type of things.
I don't think I was in my 30s when it made me vulnerable. I mean, I've been
Everybody,
vulnerable, but I haven't been vulnerable like that.
but everybody have a. You can't say what age and what time. Everybody have a different time. And
Well,
hell, let me tell you something. Hell, it is COVID out here. You're stuck in the house. Ain't no telling what these motherfuckers is writing on the internet. Ain't no telling.
let them write it, but don't come in my DMs with it, okay? Don't nobody come in my
Well,
inbox my DMs
look,
with that,
you can't
okay?
help how you look with people.
You're not help.
Well,
You're not gonna do it. You're not getting it, okay? You're not gonna get it. You're not getting anything. Not from over here.
yes, brother, 2020 and COVID-19 got these folks shooting their shots. Yes,
Yeah,
they're
they shooting
doing
shots all right, but they're gonna get shot back like pow.
it.
I can't do it.
Look, but it's only what you attract. But listen, y'all, it is getting late. Phil, I thank you for coming on here.
I
We
appreciate you for
we
inviting me,
definitely
friend.
going to, yeah, we're definitely going to get together. And we gonna mix and mingle and
I think we got to do this. I think we're gonna have to do this in person next time, because
yeah, yes. Look, so it will be a part two to this. We'll get
yes,
together and we're gonna do some stuff. Once our schedules align, we'll
yes,
get together and we'll put some stuff together. And y'all for who are watching, y'all always know. I always say, if y'all have anything y'all want to share, talk about, reach out to me about, go ahead and definitely write me. My PO box is now scrolling across the screen. Those who sent things to Cash Up, thank you so much. I see my phone light up a little bit. Um, yeah, so like, share, subscribe. We're growing as a family, so definitely do that. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. They said thanks, Phil. Thanks for coming on here, telling your story.
no,
Um,
I appreciate you guys for
Y'all go
listening.
follow Phil on all social media platforms at Phil the Prince. And y'all will see Phil again. Y'all see his ass again. Trust me. Y'all definitely see him again. But thank y'all for coming in. Baby, it's time. I gotta go. Look, my man waiting for me. So it's time to go.
And it
But
is
no,
cold outside, so
look, it's cold. Gotta get warm and
I'm going to get
come.
warmed up by this sweatshirt and this little piece of cover I got, okay? And a
Nah,
pillow.
but definitely y'all go follow Phil. We'll get together. We'll do some things, and y'all, I'll see y'all later. Bye. All right, Phil.
Deuce. All right.
All right.